So this is the Blackbird. I just want to give you a quick walk around the bike and then we'll talk about some detail. I don't want to get into too much detail, make it kind of boring, but there is a lot of detail on this bike to talk about. Sits really nicely, it's very low. I think the seat height is about 20, I want to say 23 inches. It's 4 inches off the ground. So those are the genuine 1950s tank badges, which I flared into the tank right there, you can see. That's the original 70s tank. New carburetors, of course. Everything on the engine is new, magnet trigger ignition. You can see down there, this is the custom made battery box. Gel battery, magnet trigger ignition. That's the ignition switch right on the back here. Custom frame gussets right here. Got the original OIF frame, oil in the frame there. I think it works really well. That's the filler cap. But typically these bikes were very, very high off the ground and very, very short. People didn't like them. Build quality was a little poor on the 70s bikes. This is about, I think it's about 8 inches or 10 inches longer than a standard wheelbase on this year model of bike. 16-inch rear wheel, mated to the original hub, right there. Brake has been shifted, flipped around 180 degrees, so the brake arm is on the bottom. Brake plates have been drilled, of course new brakes, new sprocket, new chain, everything. This is the original brake rod. So you can see the length of this bracket that I fabricated is pretty long. That indicates to some degree the extra length on the bike, but it's not completely that length because you can see that I've now mounted the brake pedal off the foot peg. The arm has been extended and the foot pegs have been extended, and you'll see when I sit on the bike and ride it, this makes a massive difference. A lot of these build jobs, they keep the original foot pegs and foot controls, and you know, they're just, people said, you know, oh, you should do a 21-inch wheel, but you know, that gets done all the time. I think this looks cool. And I kept this, that's drilled, of course, you can see the hub there. I kept this original 70s front hub. It's just such a cool looking hub with that nice big air dam on the front right there. You'll notice, anybody that understands these brakes, which by the way these are crap, they don't work very well, but I put a pulley system on this brake and extended the arms to give a little bit more leverage to the brake. I think it works a little better. T and copper on the front there. I just got a piece of copper pipe and hammered it out and cut out a nice little T there. 1 3/4 inch pipes, fully wrapped with fiberglass heat tape. So it's got a nice blue light to it when you put the lights on. Sprung seat, rides pretty well actually, it's pretty comfortable. You know, 60 miles an hour on a bumpy road, you'd be wishing you didn't do it, but this is a great bike to ride around town. It just draws crowds everywhere I go. So you can see, you get a size feel for the scale of the bike. As I stand next to it, I'm 5'9". I'd like to think I was taller, but I'm not. So, you know, it sits really, really well. I think a lot bigger guy could ride it. Foot pegs are in a great position. Fantastic riding stance. I think so, of course. You see the length of it. Looks like a lot more bike than these little trams typically look. So let's fire it up. It's going to be a little loud. It's not warm. That was a cold start. You know, that's a little, I had the chokes on a little bit there at the beginning. you know, once it warms up, I got a little, this one pipe is a wee bit loose. I'm going to actually tighten that up right now, and I think that was sucking a little air, making it pop back a little bit, but she sounds pretty good. And you'll get to hear it on the street here in a little bit. So we'll get that pipe tightened up and we'll be back. Okay, let's try that. See what happens. Okay, that's better. Time for a ride. Yeah. Let's go.